Okay, everybody, a little recap on solving equations with 3 points. Okay, so real quick, let's go through this. So if you only have 3 points, you don't have a vertex, you don't have zeros, the only way you can do it is with 3 different equations. So the book kind of goes through some steps for you. So first of all, we have to start, and I like to rewrite it like this. You have to start with this, the general equation, but I'm going to rewrite it as ax squared plus bx plus c equals y. I just like it turned around that way. It's the same equation, I just like it turned around, okay? Now you need 3 equations, so you're going to start with point 1. To make an equation, you are going to simply plug, every point has an x and a y value. I plug 2 in for both x's and 1 in for the y. So I did that. So if you plug 2 in for both x's and 1 in for the y, we get an equation. 2 squared is 4. B times 2 is 2 plus c, and you get an equation, okay? I like to write it the other way, 4a plus 2b plus c equals 1. That's my preference, okay? We do the same thing, we need a second equation, okay? So we plug in point B. Everything has an x and a y, so I plug -1 in for every x and -2 in for the y. -1 in for the x's, and plug the -2 in for the y. So when I simplify this, positive 1 minus 1b plus c equals -2. And again, I like to rewrite it the other way around. I just like to switch around. 1a minus 1b plus c equals -2. It's just for me easier if I do it that way, okay? Then I need a third equation. I get that from point 3 or point C. Point has an x, y. I plug the 3 in for all of the x's, and I plug the -10 for the y. So here they have the 3 in for the x's and the -10 for the y's. If I simplify, 3 squared is 9 plus 3b plus c, and again I like to rewrite it the other way around. 9a plus 3b plus c equals -10. So then I have my 3 equations, okay? And I like to line them all up. They didn't do that, but I like to line them all up as a single thing. So I would have rewritten it as a 4a plus 2b plus 1c equals 1, a 1a minus a 1b plus c equals -2, and a 9a plus 3b plus c equals -10. Okay, those are my 3 equations. Equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. So the idea is to eliminate something. So the book takes the 2 equations, 1 and 2, equation 1 and equation 2. Hey, Sean.
Hello. Got my keys.
Okay, and we subtract them. So when we subtract the c's, they disappear. I got to be careful of the double negatives. So 1 minus minus 2 is 3. 4 minus 1 is 4a minus 1a is 3a. 2b minus a minus makes a 3b. Well, we need another equation. So we're going to call this equation 4. Got a new equation, equation 4. So then the book takes equation 2 and 3 together. Here's equation 2 and equation 3. This is equation 2 and equation 3, because the idea is to eliminate c again. So they subtract. C minus c is 0. It disappears. We're subtracting. -10 minus a minus is like -10 plus 2 is 8. 9a minus 1a is an 8a. 3a minus a minus b is 4b. So now I've got an additional equation. We'll call that equation 5. So then they put equation 5 and equation 4 together. And I'm going to put that over here because I like to do this a little bit differently. So equation 5 and equation 4. Equation 4, I have a 3a plus a 3b equals 3. In equation 5, I have a 8a plus a 4b equals -8. Okay, now I either want to simplify and get rid of the a's or the b's. And what I notice on both of these, doesn't always happen this way, but I notice on both, is I could make this easier if I divide this whole thing by 3 make this equation easier if I divide the whole thing by 4. That makes equation A and equation B a lot easier. So equation 4 would now be a 1A plus a 1B equals 1, and equation 5 would be a 2A plus a 1B equals negative 2. And then I'm going to subtract A from B. Subtract 4 from 5. Okay. To do that, I'll just eliminate the B. So I have to be careful with my double negatives. So I will get a negative 1A if I subtract, because I'm subtracting. The B's cancel. 1 minus 2 is like adding 2, and I get 3. And then simplify for A, divide by negative 1, divided by negative 1, and A is negative 3. Okay, so I've got one answer. If I need B, I can take my negative 3. I'm going to plug it in for probably this equation here. So let me turn the page. Okay, and then they got A to be negative 3. Here it is. So then we're going to substitute that in. So they just substituted it into one of the two equations. I'm going to substitute into 1A plus 1B equals 1. So I'm going to substitute my equation 4, which was equation 4. I've got a 1A plus 1B equals 1. I'm going to do that. I've got 1A plus 1A plus 1B equals 1. And then if I substitute my negative 3 in there, I'll have a negative 3 plus a 1B equals 1. Plus 3, I get B equals 4. Okay. Now, we go back to one of our original equations. They took probably equation 1, didn't they? Yeah. They took equation 1. We know A, we know B, so we plug in our A, which is negative 3, plugged our B, which is 4, and we were able to find the value of C, which is 5. So then, once we have A, B, and C, remember A was negative 3, and C, we plug them into our formula y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. We get this answer. There's A, there's B, and there's C. Okay, that's all I have. Homework today was this worksheet. It looks like a packet, but there's only 4 questions, but it's just good practice for you. You need to practice this. This is hard. That's all I got. I'll see ya.